1,500 and 1,000.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty sweet. But today, only 4 players are going to move forward out of the 32. And then this afternoon, we're doing another broadcast, and there's going to be 32 more.
Having the finals on Sunday.
Yep. So the finals will be all 4 of the 4s. And we're jumping in with Crash and Obelix.
Crash going in with that defensive Ice Golem. They're both playing Ice Golems.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's the Expo. Here we go.
And
this is the Expo gameplay we've been looking for. Inferno Dragon. Oh, that's the first Inferno Dragon we've seen.
I want Obelix to win. I just love the Inferno Dragon. It just has so much potential.
Yeah.
It's tanking. The Ice Golem is tanking for the Inferno Dragon, but with those guards down, the Inferno Dragon's not going to see its way past the tower at all.
Holy cow. I mean, I haven't seen Inferno Dragon outside of a Lava Hound deck. This is going to be interesting. Does he have a Lava Hound in here? He just didn't have it cycled?
He might, because he has a Tombstone.
Until I didn't see the Tombstone, I was like, okay, it's a miner with an Inferno Dragon.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the Expo. Are you ready for it? He puts it down at 10 Elixir.
Just like you said, Obelix did have a Lava Hound going in.
There we go.
That Inferno Dragon's not going to be much value with those guards in front, so he's going to have to find a way to demolish those guards first.
Oh, the Expo's on the tower here, and that Mega Minion's going to need another 34 seconds to get back over to it. Inferno Tower.
Those guards were just so much value in distracting that Mega Minion.
And just like that, the Expo decks sometimes have a rocket. That tower could be done for. But I assume he would have... No, he has guards. I don't think he would have Fire Spirits.
Look at that 2 Elixir Ice Golem tanking all of those Lava Pups. That for 2 Elixir, just so much value.
Wow. Yeah, and then the Mega Minion just hovering above, looming. There's that slow
and steady Tombstone versus the Mega Minion. That Mega Minion's not going to make it past the water.
Nice.
And then Crash just has to plant one more Expo, or...
I think he's going to switch it up because he's got a...
I bet he has a rocket.
Yeah, either that or a Fireball. But either way, it's a... well, if it was a Fireball, he wouldn't do that.
It would be 2 Fireballs or 1 rocket. Maybe he has a...
Oh, there's the Inferno. We've seen it. He has 2 cards. I would want to say Log and Rocket. But we don't have anything to log, so he's not using it.
Obelix is running a very interesting deck right now, but in my mind, it works very well as if he can get it past.
Yeah, he needs the rotation there, but he keeps having to use the Mega Minion for that Expo.
And then he doesn't have any answers.
Oh, this is gonna be damage on that tower right here.
Yeah, this Expo might actually take out the tower with the Mega Minion and the Ice Golem.
Pups coming in, but the Inferno pulls a couple of them away, and then the guards pull one all the way back into his. Oh my gosh, that lone pup!
Just like you said, he had a Fireball, so he just needs to Fireball the left side twice.
Nice, and then if he has a log,
or a Zap,
we won't be able to tell.
On the right side.
There's the Expo, just going to manually take it out. That's going to be. Could it be 2-0?
He did have a log.
I know the Expo deck. All right, so there it is. It was about to be 2-0 if that Fireball would have come down. So crashing down with the Fireball there. That was a good one to watch.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was painful for the
only thing
deck.
for Obelix is that he didn't have any answers. He had a lot of air. He had Lava Hound. He had Inferno Dragon. So nothing to really draw fire onto the Expo.
Yeah. So they're going to be starting up the next one in a bit. What do you have?
What's kind of interesting is when Clash Royale came out in January, I remember the Expo could attack air. So I feel like when they removed that, that was actually kind of a buff to the Expo.
That's what
even though they tried to nerf it.
And then they're like, wait.
Yeah. So jumping into the match with 10 seconds in.
Crash has got the Expo again. He's already got it down. And he's banking that. Well, he saw the Mega Minion. Ooh, Archers.
Look at that Ice Golem. This time he's got...
Okay, this time he's ready for it, or at least he wants to be. But he just put 4 cards in there to stop the Expo, and they're all just going to melt to the Inferno.
With that one Archer, though, look at her just supporting everything. It's doing so much damage to the Inferno.
Wow, and then she'll take it out eventually there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the same deck. Obviously, it worked for Crash once. Let's see if it can work again. And then on the bottom here, I don't know. When I see a Baby Dragon lately, I'm confused. But it looks like it's another Lava Hound deck.
Looks like he might be really good at air decks.
Yeah. That Mega Minion. There's
look at the timing that Crash has right now. He's planting the Ice Golem right at the exact tile so that by the time the Expo is deployed, it's already in front of it.
Yeah, and then the guards, the Mega Minion. That's just so many swings for the other Mega Minion to go through.
And that Expo just shredding away at everything. It looks like it's not going to reach the tower, though. So.
Yeah, that was successful. And the Baby Dragon's really quick, but he gets pulled back.
That was a very good placement on the Mega Minion.
Wow. So he wants the Tombstone down, and then he wants to get full, and then he wants to put down the Hound, but Crash right now, if he gets full, he puts the Expo down, and then you have to defend that. So does he predict which side the Hound's going to go on and put it on the other side?
Did you know that the Tombstone at half health, if you
A
log
golem.
it takes out all the skeletons that spawns?
Tombstone, half health. Oh, it takes out all the skeletons and the Tombstone?
Yep.
That's cool. So he opposite laned with the Expo where the skeletons are spawning, but it's a golem deck here with the baby dragon, which is pretty cool.
I think that golem would have provided more value in the front, but he didn't know that Expo was going down. So.
Yeah. And then the Inferno Tower. Does he have a zap? Well played. That means he doesn't. The Golemites. Oh man, the Fireball and the Archers, which could have got a couple hundred in damage. Mega Minion.
I feel like those emotes are kind of puts you at a disadvantage because you're kind of telling the opponent what you do or don't have.
Yeah. That's like, you wouldn't say that if you didn't have a way to stop the Inferno.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the golem. That's the
front.
golem we need and deserve.
Crash is just going to cycle back to that Inferno Tower, and there's not much he's going to...
You think he's got a like a big hitter, like a rocket on that last slot?
It's hard to say. He might have some other support spell like a Fireball.
Yeah, and then Crash hasn't used his log yet.
Yeah.
This is a good... No, it looks like it's a good time for it, but I just realized all those troops almost were in the air. I mean, he's... The Ice Golem and the Golem. You have two different ways to pull the Expo's fire for quite some time.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is that the Golem is such a huge commitment, especially knowing that his opponent Crash has an Inferno Tower, and we have a Lightning right there.
Oh wow, that was that last card. That changes a lot because...
That changes the whole game.
That's 2 Lightning spells-ish and a log to win, but then we need a full Expo and a Fireball maybe in the other tower, but this Mega Minion's already going to chunk it down to where it won't be able to do enough to the tower.
Look
or
at that.
any...
Just that Mega Minion alone denied that whole Expo on the left side.
Set just out of range of the enemy tower there, so we've got...
Obelix just needs to log.
Oh, he's
and
going all in
on
on
the right
that
side.
Expo push. Just Lightning log.
Yep.
Expo's going on tower. Fireball, I assume, will just rain down.
I'm surprised he didn't use Lightning earlier. One more. Is he going to survive enough for that? He does
wow.
not.
Yeah.
The Expo was a good game, though.
I still feel like the Expo can win that matchup. That was just more well played by Obelix there.
I think that the Ice Golem just provides so much value.
Yeah.
For 2 elixir
for
and
both,
it has over
in both
1,000
cases, it was pulling and defending. So
yeah.
that was pretty good there. Some good plays. In the chat, you guys are not speaking English, so it is that time of day. Can't. But if you have any questions, definitely drop them down there, and we'll just follow up here with Game 3 tied 1-1.
1-1 with Crash versus Obelix.
So they both know what works and what hasn't worked. Will Crash change his deck? Another Tombstone. We've seen 3 decks with Tombstones with different tanks. A Princess.
Crash playing Princess for the first time.
All right, if I call this Princess Hog Rocket deck, what do I win? Graveyard spell?
Classic challenge.
Okay, Mega Minion.
This is looking very likely for your prediction right now.
The Knight.
Look at those archers
that's
go
slow.
to town.
Uh-oh. That could be trouble. 2 Tombstones are down.
And
what a
then
cheap cycle.
The Tombstone is planted a little bit on the left, but all the skeletons are kind of drawing to the right side, so that was a lot of defensive value.
Yeah, so we still have that Golem Lightning deck on the bottom there.
Yeah.
And then up top, we're still 3 cards shy of figuring it out, but both players haven't used a card besides the Baby Dragon that costs over 3, so they're just really just cheap cycling right now.
Obelix is probably playing a little more conservatively right now. He's trying to figure out Crash's deck.
Yeah. You don't want to commit to anything like 5 elixir and up right now.
Yeah. Especially because Obelix doesn't have an elixir pump, and his Golem is just such a huge commitment, and it's not even double elixir yet.
Yeah. And it's fun if it's like the first time playing someone and you drop it as soon as it's double elixir, but when they know you have it, it's not really a surprise.
I could see possibly...
2 archers can do good work.
3 cards that Crash hasn't played yet, probably either a Rocket Expo and or an Inferno. He might have an Inferno just because he knows that Obelix has the Golem right now.
Yeah, they're just really
Very
passive
slow
play
push
right now. They're just cycling in the back of the King Tower.
Crash is really waiting for that Golem right now.
With the minor chip.
Yeah, but that was a very good play on the Ice Golem. For 2 elixir, he completely denied that minor.
And then with the log, he only has to worry about the princess, so that's just like a guaranteed princess will go down
right there,
every time.
Like I said earlier, there's the Inferno Tower going in for the Golem. It's just played in the front. He's not gonna. Obelix is gonna have enough elixir to play a lightning, so that Golem's just gonna go to waste.
And there's the lightning. Will we see the log on that princess? We still don't know the last card. It could be like a rocket, but
yeah. But
minor.
Even though the Golem didn't make it past the tower, his support troops did do a little damage to the tower, so that wasn't a bad push.
Minor chip on the opposite lane now.
He's going for that because of the tombstone.
Ah.
With the Golem in the back for Obelix, he's going to have enough elixir for a lightning, so this could mean trouble for Crash, even though he has an Inferno Tower. Putting down an Inferno Tower a little bit earlier, its life is going to depreciate a little bit, so he's going to be able to lightning it and kill it off in a shot.
Yeah. All right, sudden death. Here we go. Golem going in, and lightning will hit now.
Didn't have enough elixir,
boom, boom.
but
doesn't catch the knight though, so that's a full health knight taking out those Golemites.
Yep.
Oh man, that would have been very different. All right. We still haven't seen that last card. Dropping the well played.
With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in overtime, Obelix might be able to just keep defending and then slowly chip him out with the lightning.
There's the rocket.
No, not with the rocket in play.
He'll
You're
catch
right.
the Mega Minion.
Looks like you win that that classic challenge.
There it is.
You're totally right about that rocket cycle.
The rocket cycle.
You called it from just seeing the one card, the princess being played in the beginning too.
Which is very interesting.
Oh, those archers did so much damage.
That's the game right there. Wow. All right. That'll be a log and a, well, I guess you have to lightning.
Yeah. Either he has to lightning or he has to cycle through everything back to the log.
5, 6, ba-boom. Nice.
Right there for the expensive lightning. Obelix takes the game for match number...
Match 2, yeah. It doesn't go with the risky King Tower and Arena Tower lightning.
Yeah. I like to plant the lightning on the very far corners in case they have barbarians or something.
Yeah, I've even had it where they put 3 muskets right behind the tower and it hit all 3, and I'm like, as much as I appreciate that, I want to kill the tower.
Yep.
So these have been good matches right now, but I mean we are in round 3 of qualifier
for the whole
1.
tournament. We have all these skilled players from around the world. We even have some YouTubers. We're having Alvaro play. Yeah. And then even Trimax. Trimax is playing tomorrow, isn't he?
In the chat, show your Trimax love. Everyone here sending their love from Germany. So it's 32-16, 8-4. So the 4th round, we'll have the loser come up after and have a chance for the 5th round, right? Is that how that's going to work?
I think that's how it's going to work.
Yeah. So we haven't taken a look at the bracket. It's all up here.
But Trimax is going to be playing tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
That's perfect. I think that's what everyone in the chat is expecting.
Yeah. Hey, everyone in the chat saying hello.
So we are in a live match right now. We're just waiting to switch over to the screen.
Here we go. Obelix 2. This is for round 3. Baby dragons. More than I thought I'd see today.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that the baby dragon's doing not too bad. Going in already with a rocket. I think he's trying to change up his playstyle from the first time.
Yeah. When you're sitting at 10 and there's no immediate offensive threat, it does make sense. It's just nice when you can catch a troop with it. But the Golem...
He's changing up his play a little bit. And since Obelix saw him play the rocket, he was very confident in playing that Golem in the very back.
Yeah.
Planning the Ice Golem in the front, it's going to draw fire from the Inferno Tower.
Wow, those archers got far from that Golem.
Yeah. But Crash does have a log, and that's going to be a lot of value for the Tombstone.
Wow, that perfect surround on that Mega Minion with that minion.
Look at those
horde.
archers go to town on those minions right now.
Wow.
With one archer surviving, it takes out the whole minion horde.
And then Skeleton to tank for the one archer, but he has to deploy a knight when he doesn't really want to. And look at that elixir trade right there, 3 to 10.
So look at that, now the rotations are reset, and Crash, looks like that rocket did pay off in the very beginning because Obelix couldn't get that Golem through.
So he's going to go Golem. That's a good, I mean, will he rocket the Golem in the tower now?
No, he'd be at a huge disadvantage right now if he did that, so
he just hangs on to that one that he did in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
playing a princess on the other side, it's going to lock onto some skeletons soon. Golem going in. Obviously, Crash has an Inferno Tower going down with the archers. And
then he'll maybe just go with that knight again on those archers.
But this time he did play a very value lightning.
Oh, Minion Horde into the Mega Minion. Yeah, it's painful when you want a mini P.E.K.K.A. for the Golem, but you have a knight. But I mean, it gets the job done eventually.
That Golem did get one punch off of the tower, so that was quite a bit of damage he did.
Oh, the princess still looking at skeletons, never the tombstone. She got pushed, I think, from the ice golem and targeted a skeleton.
Yeah, with the balance change from the tombstones spawning more skeletons, she just always
There goes
other.
a rocket.
2 more rockets and
Golem
Crash
at the
might have
bridge
this.
as the answer to the rocket, but now he has enough for lightning. Will he drop it with just skeletons?
Right at 4
Boom.
seconds. Minion Horde's going to shred all those golems, but it's going to die to the new...
Yes, the golem
hits air
AoE. One archer. No, it gets distracted. This is crazy. You could break
That is
that
insane.
down.
I can't believe with the new balance change that golem took out the minion horde. It's so hard to pull that off.
Yeah, that push would have done nothing.
What Crash should have done is he should have planted the minion horde in front of the golem. So once it dies, they actually fly forward a little bit.
Yeah, if you see it coming and put it on like the bridge side, then it doesn't do anything. It's just like, that's
It's very hard to pull that off, but that was just the perfect conditions. I think Crash just hasn't dealt with a golem minion horde dying like that yet. So
that's pretty cool because
that was an expensive learning experience.
Not as popular, but that was a good series right there. So that's gonna wrap it up. That was a best of 5. We'll have another one. New people taking seats here in just a few. So we'll hang out with you guys. We could chat about the current balance of the game. If anyone has questions, we can answer those, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. How do you feel about the graveyard round? Do you feel like it's overpowered, or do you think it's a little weak? Because I find that the community has a lot of mixed responses right now.
Yeah, well, people have been seeing, obviously there's a lot of different creators making videos on it, and some people like to highlight aspects that maybe it was not realistic, but I felt like when I watched yours, it felt pretty balanced. And when I played in my video versus Molt, it was like, yes, it was good, but there was a lot of times it's very easy to shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was... I tried to keep that video very balanced to show both the strengths and the weaknesses, because do you remember when they had the leak a few weeks ago of the graveyard?
Yeah.
And everyone was seeing it taking out the King's Tower with a mirror? That scared everybody.
Yeah, like if you're sending a minor Goblin Barrel and a graveyard onto a King's Tower, you're just setting yourself up for failure there, but I don't know.
And that leak actually had max level graveyard, so level 5 graveyard and a level 8 mirror on the King's Tower on a level 10 King's Tower. So that was very biased, but nobody really noticed that.
Yeah, so I think it'll be fine, but I think it's one of the weirdest things for me is the interaction where if you put it down after the other person's, the half second of deploy time of the skeletons, the other ones just kill them. So it really is worthless. And when like you have a knight against a knight, at least if it's late, it'll still damage it. It just like doesn't do anything to one that's already down.
I think the really important aspects of Graveyard is that it spawns every 0.5 seconds, and the Arena Tower hits 1 per second. So if you can get a tank on, it starts accumulating really fast.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a tank.
Yeah, Minor Barrel Graveyard.
So Joshua asked what we should use to counter the Graveyard. Off the top of your head, what do you think? I'll kind of fill in the blanks.
Well, I would use goblins after seeing your video.
Nobody knew goblins could counter it, but
I would use 3 minions because they just keep cruising around.
And your opponent's going to have Zap, and that's not going to take them out. They're going to have to use arrows, but those minions are still going to shut down half of the graveyard by then.
Yeah. Minions, and then I put my Lava Hound at the bridge and start the counter push.
I didn't really highlight too much of the minions in the video. It was maybe like a 5-second clip in that segment, but minions are probably one of the best counters for the graveyard.
And it's nice to have your minions. I feel like if you have something that takes it out without taking damage, it's just delaying like a free spell, its ability to move forward, and it's almost like they're helping you out.
They're fast. They one-hit the skeletons. They can all spread out, take out the proximity of the graveyard. So,
how do you take out Royal Giant and Graveyard? That's a very specific question. Minions for the Graveyard and a mini peck, I guess.
I have no answer to that. I've probably played hundreds of Graveyard games, and not one of those games that I play one with a Royal Giant. It just didn't cross my mind.
Yeah, that would be... It's an awkward tank for the Graveyard.
It's very awkward.
Yeah, the Royal Giant already has his place and his best supporting units. Okay, we could take some more questions. Which wins? Giant Lightning or Lava Lightning? What have we seen today?
Today we did see both of them, but I think with the current balance changes that the Lava Hound Lightning is a little bit stronger, just because the Giant needs that little extra support from Poison when it did have the slow, but now that it doesn't have as much value.
Definitely. Okay.
So it looks like Trimax will be playing for the grand final stage this Sunday at 2 p.m. That's going to be 2 p.m. Paris time.
Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be the stream to watch here. Those matches are gonna be crazy.
Trimax representing Germany.
All of Germany.
I actually have family in Germany. It's very interesting. They're probably rooting for him too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do you think the graveyard should be 4 elixir?
I think the graveyard should be at 5 elixir. In my opinion, it's very balanced, where it can deal a lot of damage, but at the same time, it's not too hard to counter if you know your opponent has it.
Yeah. I think my favorite is just minor graveyard push, and if that was only a 7 elixir push, that's way too easy.
8 elixir, but...
No, if it was 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm like, that push can't cost 7. That's too easy to put down. You see someone put a Lava Hound and you do that.
I find with the minor graveyard combo, that's just very strong. Even if you put down a mini P.E.K.K.A. on to counter the minor, if you mispredict it, it's going to get distracted by the skeletons.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a very strong combo. I was actually hoping to have graveyard today, and I was telling everyone that graveyard is going to be the winner of this tournament, but it's the card that...
It was banned because maybe a few people got lucky and got it in the shop, a legendary chest, or gemmed until they got it, but not enough time, not enough experience with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Otherwise, people would have saw it and freaked out. We'll be seeing it soon.
Hopefully, we'll be seeing it in the King's Cup.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very cool.
Positive elixir trade.
The graveyard is a positive elixir trade.
Well, I guess we're just waiting here for the next people to get set up. The chairs are ready, the contestants are not. The tables have turned.
Well, we do have German players too, Space, YouTube, and Robble.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Space 1, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. We could take a look at the bracket here. In the next session, we'll have chat, players live, and a bracket, so we'll be fully prepped and ready to go. Juice, love you. Nick, love you too.
I'm Juice.
You're just Juice.
Orange Juice here today with ESWC.
Boom, repping it. Look at this sweet shirt they got us right here. Electronic Sports World
I'm just wearing my own.
Championship. Yeah, I have, if you guys haven't seen, I have an Orange Juice shirt, obviously.
I didn't even know you bought one. I was just watching your video, and then all of a sudden
I wasn't going to tell you. That was fun. But yeah, guys, rep it. Rep that OJ. It's a positive elixir trade. Your video will just, or your match will come out better.
Yep.
Happy birthday shout out to, I can't read the name. It's green. What's that say? Well, I am from German, Vorabel, and Trimax in the same clan.
Oh, so they all came from the same clan.
I already played against someone who had the graveyard, and he took out my tower with the first push. Unfortunate. Well, just start bringing. You know, I just feel like the poison spell should be a counter to it, but I'm sad that it's not. Like, I think it makes sense. It takes too many ticks, though.
Yeah, it takes 2 ticks to kill the skeletons, and even though the skeleton is at half health, it still takes the tower 1 hit to kill it, so it still accumulates, and it still does, what,
it's like you
800 damage.
Put it down. I mean, it'll kill the ones that spawn really far from the tower, but it won't kill all the ones that spawn kind of close.
Yeah.
There's 3 tiles where you're safe from the king tower that you recommend, right, on the outside of the arena
because
tower?
What happens if you put it down 1 tile to the right, there's a don't quote me on this, but about 10% chance
You
it'll
heard
activate.
it here, that's a direct quote.
Okay, a 10% chance to activate the King's Tower, and if it's in the direct center, there's a 90% chance.
Yeah.
And the thing with
I've experimented and put it like overlapping, and it never touched it.
Yeah.
It's so random.
It's a little random, and the thing is that once your King Tower is activated, then there's going to be no chance for the skeletons to spawn because you have 2 towers spawning, hitting at 1 second, and skeletons spawning at 0.5. If you're lucky, you might deal 50 damage to the tower once the King's is activated, so it's very risky
that's another thing. Once you take a tower, does Graveyard lose appeal to even play?
I found that after playing those hundreds of matches that once I took down 1 tower, I was at a huge disadvantage to play Graveyard because it's such a huge commitment to play a 5 elixir spell when both towers are just taking it down, and now I don't have 5 elixir to defend, so I'm better off not playing that spell for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it makes sense. You must have been up early playing hundreds of matches today with the Graveyard. It just came out.
Who needs to sleep when you're jet lagged?
Yeah, for real, guys. Got into Paris yesterday, and today, talking with you guys. Right next to us, we can't see them, but there are French casters. If anybody speaks French, you should probably watch them. and we're going to be setting up here. Oh, nice. We're getting close. We're getting close. It's going to be great. We're going to be heading into, I don't know if we're getting another matchup of round 3 or we're watching a round 4 matchup. But we'll see how this unfolds
It's getting
here.
very close to the end.
Putting names to faces and faces to names and graveyards to chests. Rocket, Miner, or Zap, Bait, Miner. Rocket Miner we've been seeing more today.
Yeah, the Rocket seems to provide a lot of value right now.
Say something in German. Maybe next time. I do on my own streams, which is weird. Okay, we've got one. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, we'll be set up soon. I like this casual chat, though, in the middle. Why didn't we participate? Because we're just here to talk about it and just soak it up, actually. I mean, playing in a lot of tournaments, I wanted to look at that on Sunday, that top 16, and I'm just going to write every deck down that pops up because
Sunday's going to be lit with
these
all
guys
those players.
know what they're doing.
Yep. Competing for what, a total of
Just 10,000.
10,000 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still a nice chunk of change to walk away with 5,000 for first place. How do you think they should buff Sparky? If your opponent doesn't have a graveyard, a skeleton army, skeletons, Ice Spirit.
From a developer perspective, I think that the Sparky is kind of good where it is right now because it doesn't feel good when you lose to it. But at the same time, when you're in Legendary Arena, you can't really win with the Sparky because everyone knows how to counter it. But down in Builder's Hut and in Frozen Peak, you see more win rates with that.
Yeah, and even like classic challenges before the end of it.
In a sense, it kind of is balanced if you look at it from a trophy range perspective. So.
Yeah, it's the same way like we see a lot of bombers at this tournament standard, but you don't really see many in the top of the ladder. They have their place where they're used quite frequently. It's just hard because it is a legendary card, so people get it and they want to use it, but they're past the point where it's useful.
Yeah, I find a lot more bombers down in Builder's Arena.
Yeah, I play on my lower in Frozen Peak, and that's where you start seeing the legendaries.
You probably start seeing more barbarians, and you don't have many princesses, so a bomber's kind of a nice answer to that, especially down there. Use Rocket against goblins for a positive elixir trade. That does sound like that's an OP combo right there.
It's a positive elixir trade for the person who put goblins down.
I was talking about the Rocket.
Oh, only if you mirrored it.
Oh, yeah, for a 7 elixir.
So then when they put down it's a free graveyard.
Yep.
How do you feel about, do you think a mirrored graveyard should have 2-shot skeletons?
2-shot skeletons? That might be a little too strong.
Okay.
But
do you think they'll ever change the spawn speed?
Now we're talking about the balance of the mirror card, and that's completely different.
No,
for 11 elixir, that's a huge commitment, and you're going to be in big trouble.
No,
if
just
that
the regular graveyard. Do you think it's like a little wonky how they spawn, or is it good?
It's really interesting because it's harder to use on defense, especially because as soon as you plant it, the first skeleton doesn't spawn for the first 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, what is that?
There's this hidden mechanic inside the game. It's called load time, and every single unit has that. So
it's normally like 1 for placing a unit, right?
Yeah. On top of that, there's a built-in player delay so that everyone is playing on an equal field. So as soon as you plant down a card, there's a 1-second delay on top of the 1.5-second load time for the graveyard. I'm probably boring everyone. You should stop me right now.
All right, stop. Someone asked if I have the graveyard spell. Not yet. I have the chest, a lot of chests to open up, but we'll see how that goes later today. I was thinking, what if a graveyard just spawned every second in 2s instead of every half a second? Why would that change?
I think that'd be a little bit weaker because it's more prone to splash.
Yeah.
How many chests do you have, by the way? You have everything saved up. You have a legendary, you have a super magical.
Well,
do you still have 2 magical chests?
I had 2 magical, and then I had to open one because I was going to get the epic chest.
Yeah.
So I opened it, and then I haven't been able to play because, to be honest, the Wi-Fi here is pretty poor in our hotel, so I haven't been able to cycle back through to another magical before the graveyard came out. I could obviously do it post, but right now it's just 3 chests.
But didn't you cycle that magical and you got a legendary after?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was worth
I
it.
had magical, super magical, magical.
Yeah.
In like the course of a week of grinding.
You have a really high chance of getting that. There's what? There's a 60% chance to pull a legendary from a super magical chest right now. So divided by the amount of legendaries, you have what, a 7% chance of getting a graveyard from just the super magical.
What about the legendary? 1 in, what is there, 9 now?
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
1 in 9 chance. That's not bad.
Not too shabby. That's about 7%. No, it's about 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. Close enough. We're done with the math for the stream.
This isn't ESWC. This is Math Royale.
Math Royale. Let's talk about legendary odds. There's a factor involved. Okay. Everyone who's chilling at the fence here, wanting to meet us, we will hang out with you guys at the lunch break.
Yeah, that's gonna be really great.
We're setting up for another match here. It's gonna be coming in nice and hot. We've got 2 players sitting back to back, and this should be round number. I'll just wait and we'll figure out the round number.
Oh, we have a Samsung warrior.
Oh wow, Android versus iOS.
He's running his little Samsung Galaxy versus an iPad.
Hopefully that's not a Note 7 because we know. On the way over here, my pilot said, if anyone has a Note 7, you have to take it off this flight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there was a case. All right, we're going to be jumping in here, guys. We are going to be spectating. Let's see who we're going with here. Pavelfi? How do you say his name? Pavelfi?
I don't know. This is my first time meeting him. I knew he was my clan, but I've never
mind,
met
it's not him, so it doesn't matter. PJ
versus
Style
Max.
and Max Lamont.
So soon we'll get the replay onto the screen right now.
All right. Welcome, welcome. PJ Style, Max. Ooh, Goblin Barrel. You got to love that off the start, and it's centered. Musketeer will tank 1 hit from the Goblin and take out the other ones with just minimal damage. Still good damage, though.
I wonder if that Mega Minion is going to do much value or if the Musketeer is just going to take it out before it's within tire range.
Oh, that'll change that right there. Well, looks like we have a arrow.
That's so perfect. Those skeletons pull 2 minions away, so that's so value right there.
So the Mega Minion was able to stay alive to take out the other one.
Yep.
It looks like there's a bait deck up top with Miner.
Skeleton Army, Minion Horde, Barrel. That is a huge bait
my
deck.
gosh, right after he zaps, here comes the Goblin Bear off to the right. That's an awkward placement. Might have been that Android.
This actually might be trouble for Max if he doesn't have a log in there.
Yeah, because he's rocking Giant Bowler, Musketeer, Lightning, and that deck really only has 3 or 4 cards that are going to be useful against like a Miner, Minion Horde, Goblin Barrel, Skeleton all at once spam. Because he always has to have that Tombstone down.
This is going to be very hard with PJ, with that bait deck, Skeleton Army and everything, and he has an Inferno Tower to answer for the Bowler and the Giant.
I mean, if he didn't have the Inferno maybe, but look at this. So now he's got a what? Ice Spear, that won't take it out.
But now he could zap them.
Wow, that Tombstone actually did work.
That wasn't bad.
But then he's got, so his Giant, even though the Inferno's gone, is already approaching with half health.
We have that classic Giant tanking for the Musketeer, Mega Minion.
Yep. This is all going to come in round circle here at the double elixir time. That's really when Max has a chance here because he can't put a full push together with this pressure.
Yep.
I would expect almost more pressure. Like, PJ should be dropping Goblin Barrels like crazy. Keep them coming.
He's doing not bad right now, but I think he's just waiting for the right time. Waiting for that aggressive Miner.
He likes him off to the side like that.
Yeah.
All right, now that Giant will take the full Inferno, and then the Skeleton Army surrounding the Bowler. There it is. Bowler, though. 1.
What do you think Max's last card could be? Possibly a Lightning.
So he's looking to get the tower down to, I don't know, I'm sure he was hoping this wouldn't be the matchup, but 346, around 700, and he could do it in 2.
Looks like PJ could play a Skeleton Army on the right side with to counter the Giant.
Yeah, he doesn't have the Bowler over there, so there's no splash.
Yeah, look at that, Skeleton Army goes in.
Pushes the Musketeer back off
right,
of the
but right on the
Inferno.
left side, PJ gets 2 Mega Minion hits, so that's very bad news because that's the side that PJ has been chipping with the Barrel.
Oh, there's the Barrel again. Will he change the placement? Same Miner, same Goblin placement. Something to keep in mind moving forward. I know I fall into that rhythm, and I get really bad at always placing my miner in the same spot.
Yeah, you have to be very conscious of that.
And then I forget, and then it's the end of the match, and I'm like, wow, I could have done so much better.
Yep.
Tombstone he's like predicting already what's about to happen, but
with Inferno Tower and Skeleton Army, there's just no way that Max has been able to build up a strong push to get through all those defenses right now.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but Max could really only hope for a draw.
Yep. Going on the right side, that's very interesting.
Yeah, he knows he's got time, but not that much time. But now he's got 2 towers to choose from. This is the full push getting set up.
He did push on the right side of the Miner Goblin Barrel just because the Tombstone was on the left side, so I think that was a very good choice on his part.
There's the log, and will the Scar Army come out on that bowler? Yes. He's using the same method to shut it down every time. There's just really not much you can do because you can't zap that when you know the Goblin Barrel's coming back at you.
Right now, Max is playing on his rotation. Every time Max plays a Giant, Bowler, Musketeers, it's shut down by the exact same Inferno Skeleton Army. He needs to change it up a little bit, or this is going to be a good game, slowly but surely.
Yeah, he can't. If he zaps the Skeleton Army when the Goblin Barrel comes back, it's game that way.
Oh! But that Mega Minion got past the Inferno Tower.
Wait, tell me what just happened. I didn't even see what was that?
So basically, Max had the Giant locked onto the Inferno Tower, but the Mega Minion was planted on the edge. Yeah, exactly.
And it just went straight.
Went straight down and just kept hitting the tower.
Oh my goodness, Max.
Yeah.
GG.
PJ had that very close.
Dude.
That's what I hate about chip cycle decks, is that you make one mistake and it's over.
Yeah. The powerhouse just came back with a vengeance and swamped him right there. So we're going to jump into game 2 of that. That was crazy. I don't think either of them need to change what they were doing. Just, I don't know. But
they were both playing pretty strong.
Yeah. Max has to have that perfect situation to really get there. PJ just can't mess up. I don't know which side I like better. The one where you just keep setting up your push properly, or you don't let them, or you don't make a mistake.
Yeah. I kind of like chip cycle better because you have a higher chance to win, but one mistake and you're going to lose the entire game.
Yeah. Bum, ba ba bum, ba ba bum.
Is that the graveyard or the Tombstone?
It wasn't evil enough for the graveyard.
Right.
Archer's predicting something, but here comes... Okay, so now I like this. Oh, value log and then zap. Zap's not up yet. It could be his last card.
Looks like that log rolled a little bit too fast.
Ooh.
That Goblin Barrel did a lot of work to that tower.
Maybe a nerf inbound.
I think a slower log is actually a buff. Because when it rolls slower, there's more area denial. So while it's rolling,
you can't place in that area.
Exactly.
You're like, I need to put my Princess down, but I have to wait for the log, and then you put it into it on
Princess,
accident.
Ice Spirit, anything defensive just doesn't work.
Going forth, the game should just update and then let us figure out what the balance changes were.
So Max is back to his first deck with the Golem Baby Dragon.
Oh, I like that.
Such a value lightning.
Oh, wow, then the Skarmy gets exploded, but it doesn't take them all out. But look at those Golemites. And the Baby Dragon does a lot of work with left alone on the tower.
One Golemite tanking the whole tower. That Baby Dragon is going to town, especially with his fast attack speed.
Oh, yeah. Archers for the guy. That's actually relatively...
That was not bad.
Yeah, it's an okay
Considering what Max had in his hand, I'm pretty sure he's saving the log for a Skeleton Army, so he was a little reluctant to play it.
But he hasn't even zapped anything yet, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, does he even have zap? No, he's got Ice Golem. That's interesting. I forgot it was a different deck.
That Miner did about 250 damage to the tower, so that was a lot of value right there.
Dropping a thanks.
Good sportsmanship here and there.
Now the log has to come out. Misses a couple.
Misses a couple, but it doesn't even reach the Tombstone, so that was all right.
All right, now it's going to be the lightning show. Uh-oh, that Goblin Barrel. Why is the rocket there?
I think the Goblin Barrel would have taken out that tower.
Yeah, definitely, especially because he doesn't have a zap.
That Golem is going to make it through because he used Rocket instead of an Inferno Tower to defend. I wonder why he played the Rocket, especially with 40 seconds left in the game. He had that.
Maybe he thought a log was going to come out and he just wanted to finish it, but he had just seen it recently on the Skeleton Army.
Maybe in his mind he was playing in overtime.
Oh wow, going for the King's Tower. All right, so who do you think has... Uh-oh, I feel like this is Desperation Rocket at this point.
It was.
And then the Skarmy's going to blow up. That Golem deck pummeling through, but I can't say it wasn't because of a couple weird plays. Defensive Goblin Barrel, literally anything he can do. And Max 2-0 right now as we head into Game 3 with 2 different decks.
Yeah. What PJ didn't really have an answer to was surprisingly the Baby Dragon. His only anti-air was the Mega Minion and a Rocket. You saw at the very end when he used Rocket and the Baby Dragon. That again cost him the second tower.
And then that Golem always was assisted with the Lightning spell, which made it
perfect
tough
timing
to get the Mega Minion to kill his Mega Minion because it was or the Baby Dragon Mega Minion, that double air combo right there, that was definitely difficult. They're getting ready and they're starting round 3.
We're seeing some really good lightning plays with how Inferno works. Is there are 3 tiers of damage. The first 2 seconds it deals minimal damage. The next 2 seconds, 2 to 4 seconds, it starts dealing tier 2 damage at what, 40%, and then tier 3, 4, and onwards, it's maximum damage, 1,000 damage. So he's using lightning right at 4 seconds. Just perfect plays.
Yeah, the stun accuracy is great.
Yep. You have to stop me when I start playing Math Royale. I'm sure it gets really boring.
Nah, I like it. That Rocket was so terrible. Terrible's a rough word, but Rocket decision making, it definitely determines the game.
The first time when we saw the Rocket on the tower, his Goblin Barrel was already taking it out, so he should have just played an Inferno there, but other than that, there were some very good plays.
And even if he thought the Goblin Barrel was going to be taken out, he had 20 seconds or so left, right? So
there was 40 seconds.
Oh yeah, so he could have launched the Rocket.
Yeah. He must have thought there was only 40 seconds left in overtime or something.
Yeah, maybe this isn't easy playing in front of people, especially when they're on chairs in the middle of a bunch of people playing already. So
they're pretty much in the middle of the stadium.
Yeah, it's nothing easy. I've tried playing in tournaments in person as well. It's definitely more difficult, even streaming them. All right,
but
so
you do hold yourself up to that standard where you have to win a game on a live match, even in your YouTube videos.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's unnecessarily high of a standard, but
keeping it real.
Yeah, because you got to see what makes you lose and what your mindset was to change that. Otherwise, you don't see how the person improved.
A lot of people like your gameplays because you're not afraid to show your losses, and it's really great when people can see what you did wrong.
Yeah. I always show, like, if I was doing well and then the video might not go so well, I always show the log in the beginning. Yeah. So I'm like, I have to justify.
Everybody believe me.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad.
Please believe. Like, this is what just happened. Let's see if we can replicate it. Yeah. And more often than not, I'm on the hot streak and then I end up falling off of it. But all right, we're jumping in. We've got PJ and Max just starting now.
Wait for the screen to go on. But how many players do we have live? Or today, that's 32, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This morning and then 32 this afternoon.
That's going to be amazing. PJ going in with an aggressive Hog Rider skeleton army, but look at that Ice Golem just tank everything so that he could go for the log. I'm pretty sure he used the Ice Golem so that he could cycle back to cycle into the log. So now...
the log.
Into the log, that's right.
Archer's not split. Oh, Fireball, he's not even going to give him a chance.
It's kind of interesting. I would have let the Ice Wizard deal with it, but maybe he's going for a really big hog push again. But he has to cycle back with another card.
So Max is using the Golem deck again, right?
It looks like he is.
Yeah, because it was the Ice Golem as his last card. Opposite lane, hog and some goblins, but if he doesn't have it, Archers will be fine.
Is he going to get the third hit in? It does get the third hit in, so that's a lot of value for that Hog Rider right there. Max should have saved the Tombstone for that Hog Rider. That Ice Spirit is just ultimate defense. It has and it always will be. He's taking out the Archers at full health, still approaching. He still has to worry about taking it out.
Yeah, we have to write a letter about that Ice Spirit.
The running rampant.
Ice Wizard? Ice Wizard?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Spirit, my bad.
Maybe I did. Ice Golem planted in the front. It didn't make it past the Skeleton Army, no way. But that Dragon did take out all the Skarmy.
We're seeing Max with the no commitment Golem right now, but as soon as we hit double elixir, that's going to change. Meanwhile, PJ's got a deck where he can
Right there,
casually
perfect timing.
be putting pressure. Oh wow, yeah, I mean,
He managed his elixir right at double time, so he's got to defend against the Hog. A little misplay on the log there, but that Mega Minion's still going to finish off that Hog. And now PJ has to worry about that Golem coming in. I wonder if he has an Inferno Tower in that Hog Cycle deck.
I was going to say Rocket, but I didn't want to get too much right in one match. So his goal was before this happened to try to get that tower down lower. Now it's pretty even, but he's going to have to work for it now that the Golem can
those
come
Golem
out.
Mites still alive, that Archer's going to just destroy that Mega Minion.
Yep.
Look at that. You see that Golemite just push back the Mega Minion?
So the Archer could retarget?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Oh, the Rocket came out. Oh, that was a Fireball. I looked away for a second.
PJ just needs to Rocket and Fireball or defend against this push.
Oh, this is rough because he just used the Fireball, so right now he has 2 cards, 3 cards, Rockets on defense.
That was value for a positive elixir trade. The biggest positive elixir trade of this tournament today.
Positive elixir trade.
Oh my goodness. He took out the Mega Minion, the Baby Dragon, the Ice Golem, and the Archers in a real tournament.
Strobe lights, where are they at?
That doesn't happen in a real situation. There's no way.
Hog Rider and the Fireball, and now he just needs the Rocket or
PJ is going to win this game from that huge Rocket.
And stay alive in this heat right here as we are going to be going into Game 4. PJ takes it 1-0 in the really close match that could have gone. I thought for sure that Golem push was going to make it.
Yeah, but that Rocket came in and got everything in that proximity.
Defensive Rocket, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we've seen it all with these two guys already. Quite diverse playstyles.
That was just intense. Max was probably a little caught off guard. He wasn't expecting that defensive Rocket, but that won him the game.
That positive elixir trade provided value, which is what makes it worth.
You usually never see those plays unless you're playing a friendly match with a clanmate trying to make it happen.
Yeah, that's a high risk.
Yeah.
Especially with the Rocket's radius. All right, so they're going to see if they want to mix it up or jump into the next one with the same decks. It looks like they're both... Nope, we're going to be spectating right now in just a few and then switching over, but I think we might see one same and one new deck here, but that's just my prediction. All right, PJ and Max.
PJ going in with good luck. Elixir Pump on Max. This is our first time seeing Elixir Pump from Max's play.
He's going to say thanks, but we all know what he really meant. Thanks for putting down the pump so I could rocket it.
So PJ does have that Hog Rider, Skeleton Army, Rocket, Fireball deck. Such a value log. The log has always been valuable.
Fireball that pump. At this point, that cost him, what, 4 elixir out of it?
Yep. 4 elixir and he damages the tower.
Yep.
That's going to be trouble for the Skeleton Army if that Mega Minion...
Oh, yeah.
No, he doesn't even cross the bridge. It's
That's
safe.
great. That was that just makes you angry when the Mega Minion just gets...
Now he has to play an Ice Wizard so that the Mega Minion doesn't reach the tower.
It's like having the ability to freeze something for free. Now he's going to rocket and hit the tower as well. That does...
He should have rocketed a little bit earlier because that Elixir Pump did get an Elixir drop-off.
So he's going to oops, but he has the Fireball up.
Fireball and Log will just take care of the Musketeer.
Maybe that was a... Was that an oops? Was that supposed to be a split Musketeers?
I would assume it was supposed to.
Because they were at least
it makes
3
sense
tiles
because
off.
he's running an Ice Golem Miner, so
yeah,
that should have been a split push.
Yeah, that was a couple of tiles off. I gotta wonder why. Okay, we've got Skeleton Army there for the Hog and no Log. All right.
Skeleton Army played by both players. I just love seeing the Skeleton Army in the meta after what? How long has this game been out? 7 months?
I'm not used to them being so powerful when they get placed down.
Yeah, 10 months. This game has been out for 10 months, and Skeleton Army has never been this loved ever.
No. Even before Zap's stunned.
Yep. Max needs to keep the Elixir Pump in the middle of the tower because he's going to rocket everything for such value right now.
Make him just use the 6 just for nothing and not hit the king.
Yep.
Heck, even put it up as a defense.
PJ is going to have to cycle.
All right, so we'll see the Log probably come out.
That's the first time PJ played the Mega Minion. He's getting ready to counter the Musketeers. He's going to do a very good job with that.
Nice. That Log and Skeleton Army destroyed the Musketeer and Ice Golem.
On the left side, we have the Musketeer kind of slowly chipping away, but he's ignoring it because he's focused on the right
Both
side.
Both towers are at 1,600 something and 900 something.
They're both exactly the same right now. They're so evenly matched. Triple Musketeer on the Hog.
As the Fireball comes out, so...
This is going to be a good game because PJ Style now has a rocket to take out that tower if...
Oh, that's close, though. Oh,
right.
He went for the Musketeers.
Wow.
What? That's... Wouldn't that have killed the tower? He just didn't trust the timing?
Yeah.
That is crazy. Are you pulling that stat? We need a stat check right now. Does that do 407?
No, it would have taken...
Oh, okay.
It would have taken down the tower.
Oh. That was nuts.
Yeah, but it looks like PJ did have a lot of rocket misplays in this whole tournament, but other than that, very strong plays between the two players.
Yeah, I mean, I would have definitely expected that rocket to fly further, but we did see a Goblin Barrel, Ice Golem, Musketeers, and Miner, I think, all coming on the tower at once, so that could have been part of it right there. So right now we are, 2-2, heading into the fifth of this one here.
And final match. So...
one of these guys is going on, one will not. We'll see how it goes.
So in the meantime, while they're sorting out their decks, do you guys have any questions in chat?
Yep, feel free to drop them. Take a sip of water and regroup here, but I think they're already getting ready to go.
Yeah, they'll be ready right in a few seconds.
Yeah, all right, so we'll be switching over here and jumping into Game 5. What is this one going to have in store?
Ice Golem in the back. He is going to be playing that same Triple Musketeer deck. Just because he won, so he has the same Ice Golem.
Yeah.
Elixir Pump and the Miner. That's what it was, that other tank.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he can make better use of these Musketeers this time. I don't think they even made it to the bridge a few times there. Really just going all out with the siege of spells.
Yeah, it looks like he's misplaying that rocket again. He could have taken out the baby dragon. The secret is to aim for the shadow, not for the actual flying unit.
Yeah, it's always confusing initially. Also, if you've ever tried to play the game upside down with your iPad locked, almost impossible to land a spell.
No, I think the only people in the world who have ever done that is you and Molt.
Hog Rider goes in. He's going to obviously have to go for the Tombstone, get knocked back, and I don't think he's going to get a swing, no. He doesn't even take out the Tombstone.
Yeah.
The Log is so good at that. I mean, he could keep the spells. Okay, so he's...
he doesn't have the Triple Musketeer this time.
Oh, yeah. This is the Golem and Lightning. Right? Yeah. So he's tired of getting bombarded by fireballs and rockets, so he puts the Golem down because he says, okay, if you do it now, you're not going to do it. And now we're probably going to see some archers and a baby dragon and lightning, but there's no Inferno in this deck.
Yeah.
So...
If that Mega Minion can lock onto the...
he got the baby dragon, but that's a Golem on your tower.
Goblins, they're going to shred that apart, then they're going to suffer some death damage, but they'll still take it out. But with that Log, it didn't take out the archers, so he had to use a skeleton army to counter those archers. Otherwise, with those Golemites tanking, it would have taken out the tower.
He's got to play the Golem like that for the rest of the game going forward. Look at that. One Golem push just negated, what, a rocket and 2 fireballs on the tower or something?
PJ is going to town with those spells right now. They're not providing him much value.
Yeah. He's just trying to take out one tower. I mean, he can... Well, that was a good rocket.
Yeah.
Mega Minion, baby dragon.
He was doing very well before, but he's using all of his spells defensively, and that's not paying off very well.
It's like he's just using spells almost.
Yep. 170 health left in the tower, and Max can just use lightning with 10 seconds left. It looks like this might be a good game unless PJ can pull out 2 rockets in 5 seconds.
You never know. There's the rocket, there's the Log.
Very close game, but...
And then Max will take it
PJ
right
looked like
there.
he had the game. He just kept using rocket 2 sparingly.
Yeah. All right. That was a long one too. We're getting very interesting matchups here right now, and a lot of spells in that deck. Fireball, rocket, Log. We just saw it all, and it was just bombarding the tower nonstop.
Yeah.
Ended up not really working out. But
Especially his first rocket, where he completely missed the baby dragon. But
yeah, it was like he had committed to rocketing the tower without the baby dragon being there and didn't care if it missed or not.
And then after he started using the rocket defensively on the random units, but
you really got to catch a lot of units to make it worth it.
Yeah.
So that one just finished up. We're probably going to have some time because the intermissions between setups will take a little bit here. And then we'll be back this afternoon once this broadcast ends here with round 2 of the Swiss round.
It's 32 players today, 32 players afternoon.
Yeah,
and then
64 today, 64 tomorrow, broken into 2 halves each day. And then Sunday is the finale.
The finale with Trimax is going to be at the finale on Sunday for everyone that's wondering in chat.
Nick and Jan, what is going to be your King's Cup tourney decks? Well, a lot of that's going to depend on what we see winning today, I believe, because such a short, it'll be next weekend in another tournament where we're actually playing instead of just casting, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm surprised by the lack of Expo today.
Yeah. But Pavelfi from Orange Juice did play that Expo very flawlessly, and he just kind of destroyed his way to the top.
And on big tournaments, like 1,000-player ones lately, I've been seeing Expo consistently in the top 5, so I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it. Maybe people are just too scared of Giant, Bowler, and Royal Giant. No Royal Giants, or maybe one or so? I want to see more Royal Giants.
Yeah?
Oh, I heard a funny quote earlier. It was, how come the Royal Giant has chainmail and he has less HP than a Giant, and how come the Inferno Dragon has armor and has less HP than a Dragon?
That's a very interesting...
And then they said, Supercell, please.
Why do they have armor?
Right?
Does it make them weaker?
They're stronger, but they're weaker.
It should make them slower, not weaker.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the Inferno Dragon
is
a little bit slower, so there's that.
Yeah. Trimax is... Okay. What do you think of the new Hog control with Inferno, both skeletons? That's a full deck review.
Basically, just the Hog cycle deck. How do we feel about that? It's right now there is no meta. It's rock, paper, scissors. Expo Siege is really good. Gets countered by Bowler. Giant.
Before Poison was nerfed, that one Hog cycle deck with like Skeletons, Guards, Ice Spirit, Inferno, you could have like 2 Infernos in like seconds. That was the one I kept losing to with Giant Poison.
Did you ever play against that McCann deck? It had the it had the Mini P.E.K.K.A, Hog, Ice Spirit, Elixir Pump.
Maybe.
Zap. Yeah.
Those are always scary too.
That was a player from Japan that invented that deck. It was before the balance date one of the best decks in the world. And he has over 100,000 cards won in tournaments, so that really shows how effective it can truly be.
Yeah, and someone asked if it'll be streamed. Yeah, the Trimax matches will be streamed. We're just setting up the next round of head-to-heads here for it. This is still only the first bracket, and there are 4 brackets to go through of players that have signed up, been hand-chosen from winning tournaments, or won some local qualifiers that have been taking place here. Bum. Bum, bum. Yeah, we'll go back to the home screen there. Those were some interesting battles.
Have you ever seen Phone Cats in any of these tournaments? I'm pretty sure he gets invited. He just doesn't accept them.
Phone Cats, where you at?
Yeah.
He's feeding the cats.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, the crowd here is electric. The people are here. The lights are on. The grass is green.
How do you think you're going to do in King's Cup? Because I think that there's going to be some very good players around. Are you familiar with all the tournament players? There's like 50 of them. There's like Pompeo and all these other guys.
Yeah.
There's about 4 or 5 of the big name tournament players and each of these players have over 100,000 cards won in tournaments. And I think there's going to be at least 5 of them.
Yeah, it's also going to be difficult to watch the whole day of everyone playing through over 300, I think the number is now, people who have signed up, and then you're just jumping in to players that are on a hot, confident streak who made the final 8. I don't see a YouTuber winning the tournament.
The only edge that we have is that we're not going to be quite fatigued as they are.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're going to be seeing some very skilled players in the top 8 for the King's Cup.
Yeah, I guess the only advantage would be like look at what they've been facing and just like try to do something different. But that's easier said than done. You could always say like, oh, I'll just I'll do something they don't expect with this giant.
Yeah. A lot of people are actually expecting me to win the tournament, but I'm more of an analyst than I am a player, so
Yeah,
it's a little different. It's kind of like a football coach isn't going to be...
Yeah, I mean, you said rocketing goblins was a positive elixir trade.
Oh,
so.
yeah, there's that. So I'm not a good fit for that.
Nope. All right, looks like we have one of two challengers ready. What else we got? What's up, everyone? This is Toby from OJ. You know that person?
I think he's a new player. After I left the clan, I think he filled my spot.
Ah.
Yeah. I'll be back someday.
Orange juice 2.
Orange juice, too.
A lot of German-speaking individuals in the chat today. Interesting. Yarn, minor, substitute. There is none.
No, there isn't. He's the only one that has full area planting.
Yeah, and if you're just looking for something to like tank, there's not many things that can even get there as quick. I mean, a hog rider at the bridge, but a miner won't be pulled by a defense. So I had a really funny occurrence. I was friendly battling Molt when we were just practicing something, and the miner pushed his princess, and it made her retarget to the wrong thing because she got bumped before she was shooting my tower.
From the underground digging.
Yeah, and then she shot something like next to her because it retargeted, and I won the game because of it, because he was gonna kill my tower. It was, and he was furious, but like, it's really hard to get it when she's mid pull and he's underneath.
Yeah.
It's a really specific.
The trick to that is, for example, if the princess is on the left side, you're going to want to plant the miner on the left side of the tower. Otherwise, he's not going to quite path.
Oh, so it was my plant, the timing, and her timing.
Exactly.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool to see him bump things as he goes underneath the ground. It'd be cool if there was something, like what if you zapped him if he popped up there? How cool would that be? It would happen mostly on accident.
Yeah, it would definitely would.
Yeah.
There's no way you could react to that just with 1 second's delay.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be a forfeit here if we don't get someone else up there. I'm just here having a good time, guys. All right. We're finding a challenger.
I think I'm going to talk about Graveyard now. I think with if you're free to play and you have a Graveyard, it's going to be one of the best cards that you can ever obtain. Despite it being really easy to counter, it's one of the cards that's, I think of it more of a siege card, where, for example, if you're level 9 facing like a level 11, that tower still, or level 13, right?
Yeah.
That tower is still going to need to one-shot each of the skeletons, and it's still going to deal that same amount of damage. It's still going to deal 2,000 damage if you don't address it. So despite the level differences, it's going to give that free-to-play player a huge advantage.
And you could probably unlock it today. You only have to be in Spell Valley, so
that's true.
Go grab it. The arenas started off with the cards they fit so well with, and now they're just like, with adding all the new cards and not adding arenas, they kind of be like, okay, it's a spell. We don't have any like dark.
Now they need like a
another arena.
Pumpkin Place, 2700 coming soon.
I want more arenas just to spice up like challenges, because those are fun seeing all of them again.
Yeah.
There's like 4 though that are grass and the kind of just standard looking Clash Royale arenas, but I don't mind them.
I really like that you can change arenas in the friendly battles.
Yeah, you can manually pick it. I personally don't like fighting in Frozen Peak. I think that arena is hard on the eyes to see certain things.
Yeah, especially if you're making a video centralized around Ice Spirit or Ice Golem, you can't really see what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to miss stuff.
YouTuber stuff.
I would say Royal Arena is the easiest to see everything happening possible.
Yeah.
All right. Time to get back into this, sitting up here. We've got 2 challengers. They're going to be taking over their stream in just a few seconds here. Any last minute questions? OJ, do you think chip cycle?
My quad legendary deck. The reason it still works is it does work on ladder. But the only reason it works is because the Lumberjack can out-level a Mini P.E.K.K.A, so I only have like a level 7 Mini P.E.K.K.A, and I'm in 4700 range with a level 3 Lumberjack, so it's kind of a substitute for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Yeah.
I like it. Okay, we've got these 2 players. I think they're requesting right now, just putting their headphones in. You got to have sweet jams going on with this buttery, nectary voice going on here.
With the whole building right now, ESWC, it's very loud.
Our seats
yesterday there was a Just Dance competition.
Right over there. Our Our seats are vibrating with the sound of the music behind us.
Yeah.
These mics are very canceling, so you can't hear it, but we can feel it. And these players feel that pulsation while they're dropping their cards,
And
which could lead to accidents.
It looks like they're using the headphones that came with their phones. There's no way it's going to cancel out the sound. Very distracting.
Let's talk sound cancellation for a few.
Let's do that. You do have...
You can't use earbuds. That's the end of the
You
story.
do have a degree in that, so let's talk sound cancellation.
So what you're going to want to do is have headphones that hear the sound outside of them and then send a polarity flipped signal inwards to cancel that sound so you don't actually hear it.
I understood some of those words.
Invert the polarity. Because that way the waveforms, like when one goes up, one goes down, and then you hear nothing.
Yes.
This is hard to cancel out, though. It's really loud.
Was it a positive elixir trade?
The positive audible trade.
Positive audible trade. It looks like every 5 minutes someone is asking when Trimax plays. He's going to be playing on Sunday on the finals.
Wait, does he
at
just
2
get to
p.m.
be
Paris
in the
time.
finals?
He might.
Sorry, this sound is so loud.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but I think he does actually qualify in one of them. I could actually flip. Once we get that spectating, I could check out which. Since we do have a lot of German Trimax fans here, yeah, I mean we got a sec. Yeah, we got it. I'm gonna just pull up which of the brackets he is in, or not. No, they've done some voodoo here.
Well, we do know he's playing on Sunday, 2 p.m. Paris time, so stay tuned to
Yeah.
watch that.
All right, we need a simple click of accept on the friendly battle, and we will be facing off here momentarily.
How many other YouTubers do we have? We have Trimax representing Germany, Alvaro for the Spanish community.
Alvaro, Spain, Voscatel from France.
Yep. There should be a few more. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but jumping
Yeah.
into the match,
All right.
Procol versus Style, or you want to call him Alex.
Style.
Style with a 3.
Pro Cole.
Wow, they both went in for aggressive minor chip cycle. Looks like Style might have that Lava Hound deck, so we could expect that once it starts going into Elixir overtime.
Yeah, the first 3 cards definitely fit the bill. And then up top with guards, it kind of throws me off. We'll have to see as he hits 10 Elixir here. Going with another minor, keeping it cheap.
Oh, Procol most likely has that defensive control minor chip. He probably has an Inferno. Procol does have an Inferno Tower. So it's going to be a little trouble for the Inferno Hound coming up. But the Mega Minion's going to deal a lot of damage to that Lava Hound.
Oh, right at the bridge to protect.
Yeah, very aggressive Inferno Tower.
Wow. The lightning will still reach it. He must have predicted that lightning was going to be there and maybe try to avoid it. Oh, missed arrows.
That
2 minions, two
Oh,
pops,
my
almost
goodness.
take the tower. He's shaking his head. He knows. He knows. What did I just do?
That was a lot of damage to that tower. So Procol is playing that control deck. The only thing he has is minor to chip out, and then yeah, there we go, lightning.
Lightning. All right, so we've seen all the cards on the top. On the bottom here, we still have what am I?
One card.
It would.
Was it a zap that goes with that, or no?
I don't know because it's got the log.
No, it should be the arrows with the lava.
Yeah. Either way, I think
So
he's.
Style does have arrows, but Procol doesn't have anything worth arrowing, so it wouldn't make sense this entire game. Style mispredicted that minor, but
Arrowing the 3 minions, will it provide value? Not. No, the Mega Minion 1 swing, 2 swing, 3 swing. That's tower. That's tower down, and now we have another tower going down up top when that
That
lava
Lava
hound
Hound
pops.
is still going up. 30
Oh, no.
seconds left. That miner is probably going to chip out that tower. Mispredicted the guards. That's going to cost him that tower right there.
Ouch.
If he predicted those guards correctly, he might have actually been able to carry off into overtime.
All right, so now going forward in overtime, who would you pick as an advantage, a Lava Hound or a minor chip?
I'd say that Style has more of an advantage right now because he has to deal with the Lava Hound with an Inferno Tower with all that exposure. And
And it's crazy, this entire game, he's playing a 3-card cycle because he can't use his 8th card. It's sitting in his hand the entire game.
There's just nothing to the arrow, not even the guards.
Yeah, do you think that hurts at all? Because you can never have your full rotation.
It does hurt a little bit. And it's not like a rocket where you kind of keep it in your pocket and you kind of can use it last second. He can't use it at all.
Yeah.
So it's providing 0 value.
Like, unless you have a tower at 50.
Exactly. He's just a really big disadvantage right now.
That Mega Minion's so scary. He overprotects with the miner because he knows.
I might eat my words because it looks like Procol is chipping him out with that lightning and miner.
Oh, this could be a good hound, but that right now the miner would have been perfect on that tower.
Yeah. You don't want that hound to pop with too much damage on the pups right now. But look at that. Mega Minion for 3 elixir shuts down that hound so hard.
Here comes the hog. Where's the prediction? It's air, so there is really none. And 3 swings because of the stun from the lightning. Wow.
Now Procol just has to defend that lava hound, cycle back to his lightning, and then log the tower, and that is going to be a good game.
That's hard. When your only card is a Mega Minion to kill the hound, and they have 2 other air cards to kill your Mega Minion, that's hard.
Yep.
Good game has been deployed.
Procol knows.
It's just a lightning spell. He doesn't even need to use the miner, but
he could have just used the log to do that chip. Lightning does what, 326 tournament standard, so he was just a little.
I think it's 346.
What was it?
340.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I use lightning a lot. And then I still don't know the exact number on Rocket Tourney, but I know Rocket 717.
Yeah.
What's Fireball Tourney?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I'm more of a Fire Spirit player.
I'd want to say like 246. 248 I'll go, so I'm higher, you're lower. I'm the over, you're the under. Okay, it looks like, so what was the tally now? Was that the first round? 1-0?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be jumping into the second round here in just a second, guys. Tremax has not played yet.
We keep answering that question every 2 minutes. Stay tuned for Trimax Live, Sunday, 2 p.m. Paris time.
We still don't know how we made it to the finals, but this place is, it's jamming right now. We've got Just Dance, FIFA, CSGO, Clash Royale.
I thought they were professional dancers yesterday, but they're just professional gamers.
Professional Dance Royale.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So Procol, after shaking his head in the beginning of round 1 of this matchup here, is now in the lead as we head into game 2.
Style still playing the Lava Hound deck.
Now, do you think posture has anything to do with this outcome? Just playing. Obviously, everyone sits differently.
I need to be in fetal position.
Really?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I need my iPad specifically on a stand at a 35-degree angle.
Do you ever have your arms fall asleep from playing in bed too long?
Yeah, they do.
And you have to shake your hands out. All right, so another aggressive, but that's going to be taken out. Mega Minion Inferno at the bridge.
That would have been a lot more value if he had the tombstone on the left side.
Oh, but the miner and oh wait, but he's not going to miss arrows again. Yep.
Yeah.
He missed them once, never
no way you're
again.
going to miss that again.
Otherwise, I'm going to buy that man a shirt that says arrows.
So, I am mistaken about Trimax. He might not be qualified for the final, but he will be playing in this tournament.
Yeah, he will be playing to find a spot in the final. We'll give you more on that soon. Thank you for official ESWC for tuning in on that one.
Everything's reset. Procol
Everyone
just needs to chip cycle, and Style is waiting for 10 elixir.
And both feel confident that their deck was the better deck. Look at that. Procol has enough time to look at his phone, show the camera. He turned it towards the camera on the right side there.
Would you say that's BM, or would you say that...
If you emote and then physically show the person you're facing, yeah. That's some next level BM.
Yeah, so he's going to play the Inferno Tower.
Really interesting Inferno placements. I wonder if we'll see it ever behind the Arena Tower.
Most likely not. It does a very good job tanking. It has 800 health, 1800 health, and it just tanks all the pups and everything.
That could be a nice rework. +2 range, put it behind the Inferno, or the Arena.
Yeah.
Miner back and centered.
32 seconds left. That miner is just slowly chipping away. Style.
The Lava Hound, with the amount of time this push takes with setting up, he has to be doing more than how much damage he's doing every time he gets there, or he's not going to win.
With 20 seconds, there's no way that Lava Hound, even if it survives this...
So the one only good thing there, he just got the arrows drawn out before the pups are out.
Yeah.
And now if he sends the Miner in now, there's maybe a chance. Miner is not out. It's not out. It's a little late, but it's going to work still, but let's see. I mean, it's... Yeah.
Right there.
That was just like... that was the combo he needed to do every time.
Yeah.
It only worked once.
I think he was a little early on his lighting. Style was a little bit early on the lightning because the Inferno Tower needed to reach tier 2 damage before anything else.
Do you think that's why he's playing lightning so aggressive? Because he knows the Inferno's so aggressive because he knows if he lightnings it, then it'll stay alive a little longer, versus putting it back, letting the Hound come longer, and then you can lightning to kill it.
That could be a little logic there too.
I don't know. Otherwise, what's the point of playing such an aggressive Inferno?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But when he did plant it in the front of the bridge, it still did reach the tower.
Yeah. Maybe he just wants to like minimize the amount of time that the Inferno's down before the lightning hits it.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did still have a sliver of health.
Yeah, so it like stays up
lightning.
just a little bit longer here. Let's see. I think these guys are jumping into another one. So we're waiting for. Should be here.
So I wasn't paying attention to the posture, but did the person that looks more concentrated win?
Yeah, it was basically from the side. This position won against this position.
Okay, so the more relaxed guy was winning.
Yeah. Or just more upright, I guess. All right. Oh, the full brackets are in the chat. You can now type !bracket and you'll know more than us.
Perfect.
You guys, we got a lot coming up here. It's only going to get better.
I think they're just setting up their decks right now.
Yeah. I could see both wanting to change, to be honest, but not Procol.
Yeah.
He's steamrolling right now. It's tough. This is why when someone says, how do you think you'll do in X tournament? The person you're playing can just be on point with what they're using to the point where like you didn't have a chance. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. It's where you start playing the best players in the world, like the guys who play in tournaments that have over 100,000 cards won. Typically, for me, if I make just even one mistake, that means the end of the game for me. Even if I'm in full fetal position, it's yeah.
Yeah, I heard. And then you put like one leg behind one side, one leg behind the other, and you just like invert fetal. It's like
there's no chance.
That's a positive elixir trade every day. A lot of people lining up. Are they just watching, spectating?
I think they're waiting for you.
Oh. I didn't bring that big of a pen. I'm going to run out of ink. Got some waves coming from off camera. Responding to them here. So, time's up on deck changing. Use what you got. He's losing to the miner. What would you do if you were losing to a miner?
You could have anything really. My guards, mini
You'd
P.E.K.K.A.
go to
You
your
just have to
Expo.
react to it. Expo.
I mean, the Expo could be kind of dirty. What does he have for it? I haven't seen a Skarmy.
Right.
Oh, Voscatel, any French viewers playing right now, still in the matchups, which is good to see. Valouz is playing live right now, and here we go, Style and Procol. We're going to be jumping into this game, and it's about to get real.
How many games do they have right now? It looks like Procol has 2 wins.
Yep, one
and
more.
Style is at 0.
Will seal his fate into 4th round, right?
Procol playing the Lava Hound deck this time.
Oh,
interesting.
Whoa. And then it looks like with the Tombstone, it could be anything really, but it looks like it is the Lava Hound deck. Just because that Tombstone can fit into anything. Giant, it fits into a lot.
Lava Hound versus Lava Hound. Let's see who's gonna win. Who can out Tombstone?
Look at those skeletons. Like they're going and then they're reversing their movement. Look at that.
They're tangoing.
It's to the T. They go together and then the tower kills the one on the left. Oh my gosh. That was a cool little thing. Because they weren't pulled enough to change sides, but they're pulled enough.
They're doing a little weird spiral. I like how you're really focused on the Tombstone when there's so much going on with the miner on the right side.
Sorry, it's little things.
It was just really mesmerizing. He got mesmerized by the spiral.
The direction change there. Okay.
Yeah.
So somehow Procol played the Hound better. How'd that happen?
Basically, he had the miner just slowly chipping away. The pup, a few pups did survive and start chipping out the tower, and then the miner did the full chip.
How do you feel about once the tower is on the Hound, sending the miner in before there's even pups for just chip damage? I've seen people play it like that too.
I prefer that because then you can kind of maximize the damage of your pups.
Yeah, and the miner goes for like 10 swings before he's even noticed.
Yep.
Or responded to. So this is interesting. Minions fighting the Lava Hound on
Lava
its
Hound's
own
just
side. It's just pleased. It's like, thank you, I will deliver my pups quicker now.
That Mega Minion just shredded through all those minions.
And now the Mega Minion gets to, oh, I was going to say it's in the right spot heading back.
Did you see that lightning? What did that get exactly? It didn't seem like it provided much value. That might cost style.
Mega Minion, Skeleton, and Tower.
Okay.
Otherwise, right now, the Mega Minion would be down there.
With the pops pupping and the miner still in there.
Wow, so besides that fireball, that was almost dead even on towers.
Yeah. If that baby dragon can get one hit off, Procol just needs to use fireball and he's going to be good. But it looks like style defense of the Lava Hound.
The skeletons, they do 70.
Oh, no. 226. Looks like he just needs to defend for the next 40 seconds and he's going to have it.
That's asking to be lightninged right there.
Yep.
Yep. It hits a skeleton again, though. He couldn't get that. That's fine, though. So this is going to be, I'm going to say this is going to go into OT.
He doesn't seem to have much to answer that miner, so it's going to slowly chip away no matter what he does. Even if he had a Mega Minion to
So now those perfect 25-34 towers are going to see some action here.
Just a very even match. I wonder why Procol, or I wonder why Style used the same deck. I guess it's, well, no, it's very solid. It's very solid.
It is, but
it's been proven, and it's won a lot of tournaments.
It would just be scary to be going up against one that beat you twice already.
Yeah. 2 baby dragons on the map. It's going to shred that tombstone if it survives.
Oh, wow.
With the miner. Both players having a miner and Lava Hound popping at the same time.
Ooh, arrows come out.
Counters the pups with the arrows really quickly.
And that's going to put him ahead unless the fireball comes back.
Just again, they're both reset. They're both at equal.
Oh, he saves the Mega Minion with putting a Lava Hound in. But then the Mega Minion is
distracting the Mega Minion with the Lava Hound. That's not a bad defense right there. Going in for a value fireball. Takes out the Mega Minion and damages the tower.
That should be tower down on the bottom with the Baby Dragon. 3-0, but we can't say they weren't close. Those were all within a couple hundred damage.
I'm not sure if a lot of you guys noticed this, but what Procol did at the very last second was he used Zap. And it only had even though it only has a 0.5 second stun, that 0.5 seconds was just enough for that Baby Dragon to get that last hit off because he did have a sliver of health, probably a pixel left. So that Zap was amazing play.
That was crazy, yeah. Like I was,
Baby Dragon.
I said, those
top.
The Baby Dragons are everywhere today, and they're working, which is nuts. But it seemed one-sided, but Styles was right in there, all 3 of those. They were all close.
Procol played some amazing plays there, and the tech that he demonstrated in the game was flawless. I don't know how I wouldn't be able to perform that tech while live on the stadium right now, or the podium.
Yeah, I assume we could be seeing him possibly Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. Like, he had flawless plays. He does everything I talk about in my videos, and that's very hard to do, especially when everyone's watching you.
Definitely. Yeah. So we've seen quite a few matches now, and we're going to be taking another short break, and then we'll be back with you guys very soon with some more matches.